Here I'm going to talk about the amount of an annuity and the formulas associated with it. So what is an annuity? It's a series of equal deposits made at equal time intervals. Now, each deposit is made at the end of each time interval. Example, you're going to pay like $100 is placed into the bank at the end of each month. So at the end of each month, you're going to place $100 into the bank. Now there's a formula, so the amount of an annuity, how much you will have at the end if you deposit an equal amount in an equal time. So there's a formula for it right here. A equals R, bracket, 1 plus I to the n minus 1 over I. A is the amount, R is the payment that you pay, I is the interest, and we want this as a decimal, not a percent, and n is the number of deposits. Interest. So when you get your interest, you're going to divide by 100 to turn it into a decimal. Interest rates are given for the year. So this is like a standard. Every time you get an interest rate, it's going to be yearly. You divide for the appropriate time according to the compounding period. So I will show you in a second the table that shows you that. Okay, n is the number of payments. So basically you multiply by the appropriate number according to the compounding period. It's in a table. I'll show you. Okay, so n is the number of payments. Now next, regular deposits. The amount you place in the bank or give to a financial institute in dollars. It is always placed at the end of the compounding period. For example, if you put the money in and it's weekly, you always pay at the end of the week. If it's monthly, you pay at the end of the month. Here's a table, and you should have this table. So you have interest. If it's annually, you divide the interest by 1, and then the payments you multiply by 1. If it's semi-annual, which means every 6 months, you divide the interest by 2 and the payments by 2. If it's monthly, okay, you divide the interest by 12 and multiply the n by 12. Now I've set up a series of steps here that you can follow for these questions for the next 2 lessons. So first you convert the interest to a decimal by dividing by 100. Then you divide the interest by the compounding period, and you can look at the table to figure that out. Then you multiply the payments n by the compounding period. It's the same number. Whatever you use in 2, you're going to use in 3. One you divide, the other you multiply. Then you're going to apply the formula by placing values in the correct place. And finally, if you're looking for amount of the annuity, or the A, you just use your calculator. Now, if you're going to look for the regular deposit or payment R, you're going to have an extra step and you're going to divide. Now, that's it for this note. We're going to do some examples in the next parts.